Most people believe that speaking more makes them appear confident. They believe that the louder voice in the room carries the most influence. But in reality, some of the most powerful individuals in the world follow a very different approach. They speak less. They observe more. And when they finally speak, people listen. Silence is one of the most underrated forms of strength. In a world where everyone wants attention, the person who understands the value of silence often holds the greatest advantage. Let me explain this through a simple story. A young employee joined a large company for his first professional job. He was intelligent and hardworking, but he felt pressure to prove himself. During meetings, he noticed something interesting. Many employees constantly talked. They tried to impress the manager. They interrupted each other. They argued about small details. Everyone seemed desperate to show how smart they were. But there was one senior manager who behaved very differently. During meetings, he remained quiet. He listened carefully. He observed every conversation. At first, the young employee assumed this manager was simply uninterested. But then something unusual happened. When the manager finally spoke, the entire room became silent. People stopped arguing. They listened carefully. His words were calm, clear, and precise. He didn't speak often, but when he did, his words carried weight. One day, the young employee asked him a question. "Why do you stay silent most of the time?" The manager smiled and said something simple but powerful. "When you speak, you repeat what you already know. When you listen, you learn something new." That sentence stayed in the young employee's mind. Over time, he realized the manager was not silent because he lacked confidence. He was silent because he understood the power of observation. Silence allows you to understand people. When you stop speaking constantly, you begin noticing things that others miss. You observe body language. You notice tone of voice. You understand intentions behind words. Most people are too busy speaking to truly observe. But those who practice silence gain deeper awareness. This awareness becomes a powerful advantage in many areas of life. In professional environments, people who listen carefully often make better decisions. They gather more information. They understand different perspectives. They avoid reacting emotionally. Silence also improves thinking. When you constantly fill your mind with conversation and noise, your thoughts become scattered. But when you allow moments of silence, your mind becomes clearer. You begin connecting ideas. You begin reflecting on experiences. Many great thinkers throughout history valued silence deeply. Philosophers, writers, scientists, and leaders often spent long periods in quiet reflection. These moments allowed their minds to process complex ideas. Creativity often appears in silence. A quiet walk, a calm morning, a peaceful evening. These moments give the mind space to think freely. In contrast, constant noise and distraction limit deep thinking. Another powerful benefit of silence is emotional control. Arguments often begin because people react too quickly. Someone says something unpleasant. Another person responds immediately with anger. Then the situation escalates. But silence creates a pause, a moment to think, a moment to control emotions. When you pause before responding, you gain control over your reaction. You choose your words carefully instead of reacting impulsively. This emotional discipline is one of the most respected traits in strong leaders. People trust individuals who remain calm under pressure. They see them as stable and thoughtful. In contrast, individuals who react emotionally to every situation appear unpredictable. Silence also creates mystery. When someone talks constantly, people stop paying attention. Their words lose impact. But when someone speaks rarely, people become curious about what they will say. Their words gain value. Their opinions gain influence. Think about the most confident individuals you have met. They rarely feel the need to prove themselves constantly. They speak when necessary, but they do not dominate every conversation. Their presence alone communicates confidence. Another reason intelligent people appreciate silence is because they value meaningful conversations. They're not interested in endless small talk. They prefer fewer conversations, but deeper ones. They prefer discussions that explore ideas, experiences, and perspectives. This selective communication improves the quality of their relationships. Instead of having many shallow connections, they build fewer but stronger ones. Silence also protects your energy. Every conversation requires attention. Every argument consumes emotional energy. If you react to every comment and every criticism, your focus becomes scattered. Disciplined individuals understand that their energy is limited. They choose carefully where to invest it. Sometimes the best response is simply no response. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every criticism requires defense. Learning when to remain silent protects your mental clarity. Another powerful aspect of silence is learning. When you listen more than you speak, you absorb more knowledge. You hear different viewpoints. You understand experiences from other people. You gather insights that improve your perspective. This continuous learning builds wisdom over time. The most knowledgeable individuals are often the best listeners. They understand that every person they meet has something to teach. But this learning only happens when you allow space for others to speak. Silence creates that space. In relationships, silence can also strengthen understanding. Many conflicts arise because people focus on defending their own opinions instead of truly listening. But when someone listens with patience and attention, the other person feels respected. This respect improves communication. People become more open and honest. They feel understood. In the end, silence is not about avoiding conversation. It is about using words wisely. It is about choosing the right moment to speak. Speaking less allows your words to carry more meaning. It allows your thoughts to become clearer. It allows your presence to feel stronger. In a world full of noise, the ability to remain calm and silent becomes a rare strength. The person who listens carefully, observes patiently, and speaks thoughtfully often becomes the most respected voice in the room. Because true confidence does not need constant attention. True confidence is quiet. And sometimes, the most powerful statement you can make is simply choosing silence.